Here's the live Doppler Storm Team.
Well, some better news tonight as the track of Ida beginning to shift further off to the east. We'll hope that trend continues overnight tonight. Obviously, we'll be tracking it tonight and through the day tomorrow. We'll talk more about Ida in just a minute. Outside right now, a clean scan all across the area. One little shower showing up there across southern Vermilion Parish. Had a few showers earlier today. Those popped up. With the loss of the daytime heating, things kind of settling down. So I expect mostly dry skies overnight tonight. Numbers area-wide in the 70s, 74 Opelousas, mid-70s for us here in Lafayette, upper 70s New Iberia, and 76 degrees in Lake Charles. We'll take you back earlier today. Some of that convection flaring up with the daytime heating as the sun sets. Most of the activity beginning to really wind down. So partly to mostly cloudy sky tonight, and all eyes obviously and all of our attention southward into the Gulf of Mexico. Here's Ida, a very powerful looking storm. Pressures have been dropping in the storm, but we haven't really seen the winds intensify, so I do expect that to happen overnight tonight. You can also clearly see the last few hours, the last few frames, a big burst of convection, and that's wrapping around the center of circulation. So a clear indication that this storm is intensifying, and really, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to stop it from intensifying overnight tonight. Good outflow, plenty of juice as far as the warm waters across the northern Gulf of Mexico. Here's what's really driving the path of Ida, or at least helping to. High pressure, pretty typical pattern this time of year off the east coast, and this storm is going to kind of ride right along the edge of that high and then eventually off to the north and to the east. Here's the latest stats from the National Hurricane Center. Better news as of 10 p.m. Winds have not increased, but we've seen a shift in the track even further off to the east. So we'll step you through the forecast. By early tomorrow morning, it does increase. Still a Category 4 storm expected by 7 tomorrow morning, eventually making landfall. We're thinking probably early afternoon across the southeastern part of the state, but watch what happens. The path officially from the Hurricane Center as of 10 p.m. well east of Baton Rouge, or right around Baton Rouge, or points to the east. So that's certainly better news for us. Lafayette almost out of the cone of uncertainty. Eastern Acadiana still can see impacts, not out of the woods yet, but a better trend for sure than what we've seen over the past few days. All the tropical models also falling in line as well, so that is really high confidence that this is really going to happen at this point as the tropical models bring it on shore sometime tomorrow afternoon. The black line there is the official forecast track from the National Hurricane Center, and then eventually off to the north and to the east across parts of Baton Rouge, or at least to the east of there. Future track, this is the RPM model. I'm going to step you through the forecast. Ignore the clock. Not very good with the clock as far as the timing goes, this model, but I think visually it's going to show you what's really going to happen as we work through the early part of the day tomorrow. So I think as far as timing goes, this is probably early tomorrow morning, mid-morning, 9, 10 o'clock. Some of the outer bands potentially working across parts of Acadiana, and as we step through time, early part of the afternoon, eventually making landfall across the southeastern part of the state. One thing to note, everybody's going to hear the storms makes landfall, call it 1, 2, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're not going to feel a whole lot here across Acadiana. It's going to take a number of hours for this storm to slowly work its way into the area. So don't get, blindsided as some rain bands work in by later in the morning, or rather later in the afternoon and overnight tomorrow night, eventually lifting off to the north and to the east slowly, and then things really quiet down as we work through Monday. Also, another note, the western half of that storm, some models have been hinting, especially the GFS, at a kind of a weaker system on the western half, and this model picking up on that. So there's something there, and obviously we're going to be watching that as we work through the day tomorrow. Here's what we think as far as Acadiana goes, and I think we're going to have to lower the winds at this point. We'll fine-tune and give you a better forecast tomorrow, but 40 to 60 mile per hour winds, gusts potentially higher than that. Flash flooding threat really has shifted well to the east of us at this point. Hopefully that trend will continue, and so is the storm surge as well. So looking much better than it has. Obviously we'll be monitoring this overnight tonight. 77 for us tonight. A few storms early. Those have pretty much ended. Mostly cloudy, northeast winds at about 5 miles per hour. Here's the latest 7-day forecast. Obviously, we're going to be tracking Ida through the day tomorrow, through the early hours on Monday, and then eventually departing under mostly cloudy skies by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, highs into the 90s. Stay with us. We'll be right back.